So, as you can see, it's the next day. It's raining outside. It's very, very dreary, which doesn't happen here much in Penrose. I think out of the days that I've been here a long time, on and off throughout the last year. It's almost a year exactly. Maybe had a total of 15 to 20 days of rain. You know? But anyways, I'll let that window open. Shoot. Luckily I had my snow pants over there. Soaked up all the rain, didn't get on my control panel. Right now, getting ready to sand down these countertops. I keep getting small little drops of oil. It'll stain these. I do have the sander. I'm going to go through, sand all this down, go by the hardware store, pick up the fuse for the water tank monitor, the sea levels, and also get foam brushes to put poly on this. I'm going to get this coated because just with so much moving around, I thought it'd be fine, but you know, you put something down, it has a little drop of oil, it'll leave a little mark on it. And I'll show you one of the spots actually right over here by the sink. It's definitely my own fault. I should have known better. But you can see it right there. I'm going to take the sander, see if I can, you know, go through and take some of that out. But it's honestly, you know, I've learned this throughout life, especially with this bus project. Sometimes things happen. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is make the best of the situation. Otherwise, you know, what's the point? You just gotta get it figured out. So I'm going to get to work, and we are going to go to breakfast. Me, Jim, and Debbie, and Kobuk. Where's Kobuk? It's raining outside. Kobuk! Oh, good boy, get on the couch. Good boy. We're gonna go to breakfast, one of our favorite spots locally, called the Coyote Den. It's amazing. If you're ever around the Penrose, Colorado Springs area, they have a big parking lot in the back, and I bet they let you park there overnight. I'm not sure, I never asked, but I'm sure they'd let you. But I'm going to get to work, get this sanded, and go get some breakfast with Jim and Debbie. Got some flooring poly for the countertops. Jim said he used that for his.
See all this?
Yep, that's all the flattener.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy at the hardware store asked if I wanted that shaken, and I explained this before in a video. What happens is Jim explained it to me, it creates air bubbles. I mean, it'll get everything nice and mixed up in there, but you have to go in with a stir stick, just like Jim's doing, to disperse the flattener throughout. So he's going to start on the countertop back there, the custom one that he did, and I'm going to start taping up along the edge of the stove and the sink. That way I don't get any of that poly on those, and then also lay some plastic on top of the stove as well as in the sink, just to completely close that off, because that poly does get everywhere. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on my watch, but you'll notice some bubbles on there. It's not completely flat, and that's actually poly from the walls. I forgot my watch was on, and I cannot get that poly off. It's part of the watch now. So
that's the point.
Yeah, that's very true. Making progress, getting down to the last part of the build here in Colorado. Spots in. So if you are doing your own countertops, tack rags, Jim was explaining to me, it picks up all the little particles without leaving any residue whatsoever, which whenever you put your poly on, there's nothing that's ingrained in it, because if you get a little speck of wood dust or say a Kobuk hair, it's going to be in there permanently. this picks all that up. Okay. Okay. Working on the next step of the project. This area right here is where the diesel heater is going to go. I mentioned that before. I went ahead and I'm getting a stainless steel piece fabricated. It's going to have hat channels on both ends so it can screw to the wall. That's going to be the heat barrier, and there's going to be an inch gap in between. I was going to use the Mexican tiles, but I honestly think that'll be too much just random colors. Like, they are very bright, they are very vibrant, but I think it'll be too much for this particular area to have all that, so I'm going to go with stainless steel. It's going to have an inch gap, like I said, and be able to screw that in. The pump that circulates the water is going to be mounted under there, as well as an expansion tank. I have to get the right hose clamp. It's going to be a very large one. I have the mounting bracket. It's going to go underneath, and this bottom area is going to be accessible, so we're going to put a plate on the front that will just have screws in it, so I'll be able to remove that wooden plate underneath and have access to everything down there. You see this PEX line right here. That is one line from the radiant floor. The other, you can see it right there. Right now it's up there out of the way, but it's going to run behind the fridge, behind the pantry, back through here. And having this channel throughout the entire bus is very convenient because I can run any wires, anything along the bottom of the bus, and that actually is through the entire bus on both sides, for those that don't know. So you can see I'm using that to run the PEX to the rear of the bus as well and bring the fresh water up as well. And they just add compost to it. If you need one, let me know. But we are getting this done. I'll show you what Jim's doing.
You ready to nail them in?
So, what have you been doing out here?
Drinking coffee and thinking about doing nothing.
Thinking about when you're gonna hit the road, huh?
Gonna hit the road. I know I'm making, actually we're putting a floor in underneath the diesel heater. And I'm cutting all the pieces and parts for it.
So it's utilizing more of the countertop,
yes.
That butcher blocks. That's gonna be the base. You can see it's two pieces right now. This is gonna be glued and put together for the width that we need. So the grains will be
different direction, but it'll still look good.
I think it'll look fantastic. So we're gonna get that put together, and this is the board that I originally got. That was gonna be a heat barrier, but after talking to Jim about it, putting tiles on it, putting the backboard, framing it all in, it's gonna take up a lot of space, just a lot of headache when you just get stainless steel. Good.
Okay, I'll belt sand the top of this and the fronts and edges of this after we put it down. So we want to do both at the same time, so we have to flush up that end.
So the diesel heater area is complete. Got it all glued in, nailed in. This is removable. Just going to use screws. That way, have full access to all the plumbing. Being that I don't have the heater yet, I'm actually probably going to order it here in the next couple of days, have it sent to Indiana. But I have full access under here for the pump, the reservoir, so I have an expansion tank. As the water heats, it needs somewhere to go. That expansion tank will handle that. I'm going to get the Gatson Alaska model, which happened to work out perfect. I didn't pick it because of the name. It was actually, all the specs were perfect. I believe it's 9 inches wide, 10 inches deep, 20 inches tall, and it's important to have that height. That's why we're a little bit lower here, because it needs, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 feet of chimney space straight before I curve. So being that the solar panels are right above, I can't go straight out the ceiling, so I need to go up, you know, that required 3 or 4 original feet vertically, and then I can go out the side of the bus, so a 45 out, and then a 45 straight up is how the chimney will work. So I also got some cleats down here that will be screwed in once I have this all set up and ready to go. Probably throw some screws in when I hit the road here in a couple days. What we're working on now, and like I just told Jim, this is actually a pretty fun part because as we're going through everything, it's very fast. Seeing quick results, which is fun compared to how the bus build usually goes. But up right here, it's where the solar panel wires are going to go. They're going to go down through here, through the ceiling, into the cabinet, and then right down there in that area is where the electrical bay is going to be, where all those panels will be wired up.